Hi guys, Don Rice here. We're looking at the P47 and I'm getting ready to shoot the invasion stripes that go on that unpainted silver area. And in order to get prepped for it, just wanted to show I've taken some 400 grit sandpaper and knock down the tape lines, and I also have a bunch of different kind of grit. Let's see if we can get this thing to focus. They're like nail files. The dark blue side is rougher than the light blue side, and I have a whole collection of those kind of things, and when they start to lose their bite, you throw them away and grab another one. And so after having knocked this down, so I've got a nice smooth edge, because basically the white comes all the way out to like here or something like that, the stripes. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have that tape edge running right through the middle of them. So knock that down. And then the next part in this process is going to be basically weathering. So with the I shot the gray yesterday and had quite a bit of overspray, and so everywhere that I might be shooting paint on today, I'm going over with this is 4-0000 steel wool, and this works really well for it really doesn't take very much paint off, but it takes off that overspray, and it's also good for weathering. You can take a little bit of the paint off the rivets, so you can see there's some silver looking rivets right there. So I've taken enough paint off to expose those rivets, and up here, right along here, took off enough gray to show a little bit of the green paint underneath, and so it just kind of looks a little bit used and worn. And so I thought I would sit here and try and weather my elevator, which I seem to have misplaced. Okay, elevator. And what I do is I move in the direction of flight, and and I'm applying a reasonable amount of pressure, maybe 5 pounds or something, and I want to do every square inch because it does put some minor little scratches into it. And later, because one of the steps at some point in the future is going to be wiping this airplane with dirty water and stuff like that to try and add some age to it. And get the leading edge to make sure, mostly just want to make sure I get the overspray off. There's a white stripe that actually goes, it's the European Theater of Operation white stripe that they put on camo P47s, and it goes from front to back on the top of the stab and the elevator. And you can feel as you're doing this that overspray is a little bit rougher than the rest of the paint, so you can feel it go away and suddenly become very smooth. And the amazing thing is that, I mean, this stuff is this is finer than 600, I think. I mean, when you run your finger over it, it is really smooth, but you can still see little tiny scratches in it, and I mean, that's kind of what I'm going for. So one of the things I'll do is, because this is the trim tab area here, I don't know, maybe, or a boost tab, not sure, but every here and there I'll rub just a little bit harder to expose a little bit of that silver rivet that's underneath. There we go. So it's kind of hard to get the light right, but we got a little bit of silver showing on these. Mostly what you see over here is just dust collecting around the rivets. See if I can get them to look silver. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. How's that look? A little bit better? Okay, so do that. And then this is Acrylic Clean, which is just a wax and grease remover, and it also helps get the dust off. And then we can see what we've got. Got some extra scratches here. I don't know how. Oh, I'm probably exposing a little bit of the primer underneath. Could be. Not sure I care. By the time I get done washing this airplane, it's going to be a hell of a lot dirtier than it is right now. Anyway, this is the next step in the weathering process, and I'll get the white shot on here, and then a couple other colors over the course of the weekend, and then we'll really get going on the weathering. Later.